San, it's Tuesday, May 28th, 2013. There's a lot of things I could talk about in response to your last video. I could talk about loneliness. I could talk about emotional numbness and how it seems not to be all that rare because you're not the first person to mention that phenomena to me. I could talk about other things which you discussed, but I have now forgotten what they were. I really did just watch your video, so I should remember, but I don't. But what I'm going to do is answer your question, since it was your proposed topic. What gives me meaning? Interesting question. Interesting indeed. Actually, it's a very intimidating question. Hiding from your question. Because it's difficult to answer. Okay, if I did that every time I had to answer a difficult question, I'd spend my entire school day hiding under a blanket. And my blanket got fuzz on my pants, if you're wondering, because that was kind of strange now that I think about it. Am I just putting off answering the question? Yes, I am. What gives my life meaning? From an evolutionary standpoint, the meaning of everyone's life would be to survive and reproduce. But that's not what you mean. To actually answer your question, I feel like creating gives me meaning. I'm the only one who can write exactly what I'm going to write, or draw, or I don't draw, but if I did, or just make. My use of I makes it sound a tad bit arrogant, but I don't just mean it for me. I mean it for everyone. Anyone who makes anything, they're the only person who could have made it just like they made it. Everyone has their own self, their own experiences and opinions and feelings and whatnot, and all of this is reflected when you make something. I think it's especially prevalent in writing, fiction writing, but then that could just be because that's my area of interest. That's what I tend to do. So of course I'm going to see more depth of reflection in that than, say, a painting. But either way, it shows exactly, not exactly, but it shows who you are through what you create. It's a part of yourself that you put into the world and show people, and it only exists because you made it exist. Without you, it wouldn't. It couldn't. Because it is a part of you. So without you, it wouldn't be anything. This is kind of why I feel weird showing people stuff I write. It's like, yes, you can have it, but it's a piece of my soul. Be careful with it. Overly dramatic? Overly dramatic. Okay, I'm sort of running out of time for this vlog, but there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Two more things I actually wanted to talk about, but one more thing I am going to talk about, and that is taking risks. Like you, I don't take very many risks, or at least I don't think I do. And I've noticed that kind of sometimes keeps me from doing things that I want to do. And I'm trying to not let that be the case anymore. I'm trying to think about it actively and do stuff that I want to, but it's hard. I mean, not just risks as in, I'm not going to do that, it might not turn out well, but even just risks as in, hey, do you want to go do something Saturday, like go to an amusement park? No, I don't want to do that because it might not be fun when my, other alternative is sit at home and do nothing. But doing nothing is safe. You know what doing nothing is going to be like. You know that it's not going to totally suck. It just might not be all that interesting. Whereas if you actually go do something, sure, it could be really interesting, but you also run the risk of it being really, really horrible. Okay, running out of time. Goodbye. The minty maggots are good, by the way. I would have filmed myself trying them, but I don't want to make this video super, super long. They just taste like mint. They're mint with little lines on them. They don't even really look all that much like maggots. They taste like mint. Mint's not my favorite, but it's better than they could have tasted. They could have tasted like maggots, and that probably would have been gross. I don't know, I haven't eaten maggots. So maggots might be Never mind, I was gonna say maggots might be good, but I'm not even gonna go there. I think they'd just be gooey and slimy and gross.